Hello again. Welcome back, children. How are you all? Okay. Now this is your science lesson. Okay. First you had your literacy class of day 1, week 3. Now this is your science class of day 1, week 3. Right. Now tell me one thing, children. The area where you live, what type of weather do you have? Like mostly you people are living in Islamabad, right? So right now, what type of weather do you have? Is it very warm or is it very cold? It's very cold, right? So what do you do when it's very cold? What do you do? Yes, you wear warm clothes. Well, yes, you people wear warm clothes. Why do you wear warm clothes? To protect yourself from this cold weather. You see, I'm also wearing a cardigan, right? You also wear warm clothes so that it helps you to protect from this type of weather. But when it is like very very hot, what do you do? Do you wear warm clothes? No, you don't, right? You don't wear. Why? Because no need for them, because in hot weather you wear light clothes, right? You wear short sleeves, you wear shorts, right? To protect yourself, because in hot weather no need for wearing these type of warm clothes. You turn on your fan, your air conditions to stay cool, to stay cool, because hot weather is very bad. You feel very hot, so that's why you wear light clothes, you switch on your air condition, your fans, right? Yes. So that means we are protecting ourselves from the environment, from the weather conditions, right? We are adapting to this environmental conditions. Since we are living here in Islamabad, we have to adapt ourselves to the weather of Islamabad, right? Same goes for animals also, right? Animals also have different type of covering. So do animals wear clothes? No, of course not. They don't. They have their skin. They have their skin covered with different coats that helps them to protect their themselves from different environmental conditions, right? So this is which animal? It's a fish. And where does a fish lives? It lives in water. So the skin of fish, these scales of fish, it helps the fish to adapt itself to the environment of water, to that climatic condition, to that environment. Okay? Now, what about this animal? It's a it's an elephant, correct? Okay, where does an elephant live? It lives in jungle, it lives in forest, right? So the how is the skin of an elephant? Have you ever seen an elephant? You have seen in zoo, you have seen in movies. So do you know what type of skin an elephant has? It has different coats on its body. The skin is covered with coats so that it will help the elephant to protect itself to the in the different environmental condition. It adapts itself to the different environmental condition. And since an elephant lives in wild places, in jungle, in forests, it's have different type of weather. So this skin of an elephant protects itself and it adapts itself to the environmental conditions. Sometimes it is very hot over there, sometimes it is very cold, it's rainy, it's very, very dry. So the skin of an elephant protects itself, it adapts itself to that environmental conditions. Okay. Now, what is this? I have already shown you before. It's a turtle. Now, the turtle also have a wrinkled skin like elephant. Elephant skin is also wrinkled. It's had this hard shell. It's on the this thing on turtle. It turtle has a hard shell that adapts itself to the environmental condition, and it also is very wrinkled skin. Same goes for elephant and same goes for turtle. And where does a turtle lives? It lives on land, it lives on in the sea as well, both. It lives on land and lives on sea. So that is why the skin is like that. It has that scaly coats so that it protects itself in that environmental condition. right? And what about this animal? It's a bird, right? So how does a bird protects itself? With the feathers, right? Bird's skin has all these feathers and skin is covered with the coat of feathers, right? So they protect the bird from adapting different environmental conditions because where does a bird lives? It lives on tree and it lives on different places, whether it is hot, whether it is cold, right? So these feathers protect the bird in adapting the different environmental conditions, right? So what about this animal? It's a frog, right? It lives on land also. It lives in the sea also. And frog skin is also coated with the different scales, and these helps the frog to adapt to the environmental conditions of land and of sea. So that's so they helps the frog to protect himself from different environment, from different weather conditions. Which animal is this? It's a it's a crow, right? So, and what color is a crow actually? The crow color is always black. Why the crow is always black? Because you see crow lives on mostly on trees, right? And so the color is black so that it absorbs heat. Mostly when it is in the northern areas where the climate is very, very cold, in cold places, the crows are of the whole black color. It's of a black color. Now you can see that black color, it absorbs heat, right? So that is why their color is black, because black color absorbs heat, and mostly when the crows are in the colder places, it absorbs. It helps him to adapt itself to the environmental conditions, right? So that is why you see that these animals, they don't need to have this thing, what do you call, they cannot wear clothes like we do. Like we protect our bodies from all these the different environments, different weather conditions. They have their body, they have the coats on their body, which protects, which adapts themselves to different environmental conditions. You got my point? Okay, now I'll be showing you a small video. And again, this video is our video, is made by Edward people. So do go on our website and watch these videos. There are loads of videos on animals. You will find lots of videos on animals of different types, different kinds of videos. Do watch them and subscribe them. Okay, they will help you. Now let's go and see this video. 1, 2, and 3. Let's start. These are land animals. Land animals, elephant, panda. These are jungle animals. Their bodies are covered with coats. These are farm animals. See, sheep is also covered with different coats. Are reptiles, birds, alligator, water animals. I've shown you the fish. These are all birds. Yes, different birds are there. So these were the different type of animals. You see how the animals were different. They have different colors, and we have already discussed. They are of different sizes, and yet their bodies are covered with different coats, right? It's covered with different coatings, right? Now, when you all have your book with you. If you see on page 11, you can see here there are different types of animals shown: a snail, parrot, a rabbit, a fish. So they are animals have different outer coverings which protects themselves from their enemies also, which protect themselves from different environmental conditions, from different weather conditions, like we have already discussed just now, right? Now, can you tell me that a polar bear, have you ever seen a polar bear? Yes, you have seen it in pictures, in movies. Now, where does a polar bear live? Can anybody tell me? Yes, sir. It lives in cold places. Yes, It lives in very, very cold places, right? And that's why its color is white, right? And what about a camel? Have you ever seen a camel? Where does a camel lives? It lives on land, right? Camel lives on land, and it also lives in very, very hot places, in deserts. It can store through lots of water. So that's why it lives in the camel. Where a camel stores water in his hump, right? It stores water there, and that's why it lives in desert, in very hot places, right? What about a starfish? Starfish is an animal. It lives in water. Very good. It lives in water. And frog, I have already told you, it lives on land also, on water also. Dolphin is a fish. It lives in the water. Very good. Now, very quickly, you take out page number 16 and you are going to do question number 3. It's very easy. You have to fill in the table saying where that animal lives, right? I'm going to give you 2 minutes time. It's very easy. Whatever we have discussed just now, it's all there. 1, 2, 3, start. Your time starts now. Time is up. Yes. Okay. Now, what have you written in, like we have already discussed, what have you written for the first answer? First is very cold places. Very good. Second answer, very hot places. Very good. Third, water. And fourth, it lives on land and water. Great job. I'm so happy for you all. Very, very good class. Okay. So now, if I ask you some questions, will you be able to answer those? Yes? Okay. Now, fish that looks like a star is called what? It's called a starfish. Okay. A fish that looks like a jelly. It is called a jellyfish. Okay. Okay. A fish that looks like a horse. Seahorse. Wow. Okay, an animal that has 8 arms. Animal that has 8 arms. Come on, come on, come on. Guess it, guess it. It's an octopus. Wow, well done. So that means you all know very, very clearly why the animals have different coats on their skin to protect themselves from the enemy and to adapt to different environmental condition, different weather condition, because animals, they can't wear clothes. So they have these coats to protect themselves. They have these coverings to protect themselves from different weather conditions, right? Isn't this that we have done? Wow, great job. Now, time for riddles. Ready for riddles? Great. Okay, now let's start. The first one is, I live in desert and I live in desert. I am very tall and fat. Who am I? Who lives in desert? A camel. Great. Wow. Great job. Okay, number 2. I am like a star. I live in water. I am a starfish. Great job. Very good. Okay, the last one. I live in very cold places. I am a white color. Who am I? I am a polar bear. Yes, I am a polar bear. Great job. Wow, that means my class is very, very clear with all these things, whatever we have discussed in the class. And what have we discussed? Different kinds of animal, where do they live, why their body is covered with these type of skins, right? We have done that because the covering helps the animal to adapt to the environment, to live in different environmental conditions. Great. That was it, children. Okay, now see you next time in the class. Bye.